This video is about the Tone MIX21620P mini bit ratchet and socket set. I'm going to compare it to some other sets. If you've never heard of the Tone brand, it is a Japanese company, it's a Japanese brand. They have factories around Osaka and they are a manufacturer. For example, this Tone branded joint is made in Japan. This Tone branded socket is also made in Japan. So although Tone is a Japanese company, a Japanese brand, and a Japanese manufacturer, these two sets are not made in Japan. These sets are made in Taiwan. So is this WERA branded set. This is also made in Taiwan. On the WERA website, the entire set will say that it's made in the Czech Republic. This WERA branded ratchet is also made in Taiwan. So these small bit ratchet sets tend to come out of Taiwan. So now we can see the design. So then when I go out on the internet, I find Silverboth Industrial Limited out of Taiwan, and we find the ratchet, the extension, the pass-through short sockets in a set that is sold out of Taiwan. And we see here that it is made in Taiwan. I just don't want to mischaracterize the Tone brand. It is a Japanese brand, it is a Japanese company, and they do make their own products. Here's a closer look at the Tone branded ratchet. We've got bits on one end and pass-through sockets on the other. This is 11 millimeters. There's a center 1/4 inch hex hole. So we can see that's just a standard 1/4 inch hex. There's no retention in this. There's no BB, nothing. We can see that these ratchet ends are all the same. On all three of these, I counted all the clicks. Each one was 72. What's weird is that the WERA data sheet says it's a 60-tooth ratchet, but I'm counting 72 clicks to make a full circle. I'm not sure what's going on there. From Tone, I'm not finding anything that shows the number of teeth in the ratchet. Okay, if we compare the bit ratchet end on these, they look all the same, but they're not quite all the same. You see this white dot. That white dot has to line up with this notch in order to create the T-handle on this ratchet. So the WERA does not have that at all on any of these positions, which is fine because it doesn't work as a T-handle anyway. The Tone actually has a little dot there that's not painted white, and when I line this up to it, it pushes through and creates a T-handle, which of course doesn't do any good. So they use some of the same parts in the factory between the Tone and this other style. Not that it really does any good or pose any advantage, at least not any obvious one that I can think of. If you can think of an advantage for that, please put that in the comments. All of them have the knurled wheel. So that is how the bit ratchet ends stack up on these. So here's a comparison of the handle size. The Tone has this extension that goes in here like that. That's easy. And then this becomes a non-ratcheting T-handle. This one, you have to line up this notch with this white dot, or you can't get this in there. You get it lined up, and then you have your T-handle, and it's non-ratcheting. So you can see that the Tone T-handle ends up being a little bit bigger, just to show the difference in the size between these two. And this one can be used here as an extension this way. There's no machining inside of here to actually fit this locking BB. Just friction, there's no detent there. Okay, but it holds it pretty good in there. Alright, at this end of the extension, we just have a magnet. There's no other retention. Magnet seems sufficient. We've got a quarter hex to quarter socket adapter. If we put the 14 millimeter pass-through socket on there, it does not have a tendency to fall off. The sockets are 18 millimeters deep, top to bottom. They are pass-through sockets. So we've got 1/4 inch drive on the inside, 11 millimeters on the outside, and of course none of this is impact rated. Then we've got sizes 8, 10, 12, 13, and 14. And then for bits, we've got this little adapter. And then we've got 3 sizes of cross type, 2 sizes of flats, and then hex 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Here's a look at the markings. If I hold it in the light just right, you can see that the Tone logo is laser etched on each bit and socket. Alright, so if you're unfamiliar with these, you've got a socket that goes on there. It has a retention ring. It holds the socket. This distance is 18 millimeters. The back drag is, I would say, typical. I wish that it was a little bit lower. There's no knurling. There's no way to thumb tighten. Does anybody know of a piece that is non-ratcheting that would fit into that 1/4 inch drive and just be a simple knurled thumb wheel that could clip onto the top of this? But I don't want a ratchet in it. Just a knurled wheel with a 1/4 inch drive on it. Tone, if you're listening, you can have that idea. Just send me some free products. I gotta think that I can't be the first person that's thought of that. That product's gotta be out there somewhere. I just did a little bit of Googling and I can't find it. But I didn't look real hard. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about and has seen something like that, I would appreciate any leads on that if you know. The adapters can all be stacked up like this. And then we end up with something like this. Now I have a thumb wheel. To get the extension, you're ending up having to use probably the weaker ratchet, whereas this set has this extension that moves your socket extension over where it kind of belongs. And then everything is locked in there. And then we've got some knurling here too for finger tightening. And then if you have both of these sets, then you can get really crazy and you can create a crank. Alright, so the bit ratchet. How does the bit ratchet hold a Japanese anvil bit? Well, it kind of doesn't. It doesn't lock in. That's as far deep as it goes right there, and it doesn't clip onto anything. E6 anvil bits, a little bit of sloppiness in there. You gotta have the C6 style notches in order to get any kind of a lock on there. Obviously, it's designed for the C6 style anvil bits. Both of these Tone sets come with the 14 millimeter. This WERA set only goes as high as 13 millimeters, but the WERA set goes all the way down to 4 millimeters. And as near as I can tell, the full range of this socket design is 4 millimeters at the smallest and 14 at the largest. These do jump up to a 3/8 drive and then you get bigger sizes. This set from Taiwan has all the sizes of these 1/4 inch drive sockets. I just checked the WERA website and WERA does not have the 14 millimeter in their socket lineup. So Tone is giving you the 14 millimeter. You can't get the 14 millimeter from WERA. This set is still available on Amazon Japan. I'll give you an affiliate link. Amazon Japan will not ship this to the United States. If you really wanted this set, you would have to use Black Ship, which is a mail forwarding, package forwarding service. I have a Black Ship playlist that explains black ship in detail. Your shipping charges will end up being more than they normally would with Amazon Japan shipping direct to the United States. I was able to acquire this very recently from Amazon Japan, and it shipped direct to me in the United States. This set is the Icon set from Harbor Freight, which is also the same as the USAG set, and I think it's even rebranded a couple other ways. If you're interested in this WERA set, I did a review on this in the past. I'll give you links to this WERA set wherever I can find it, KC Tool, Amazon Germany, Amazon USA. I appreciate any use of my affiliate links very much. And I hope you have a very happy Independence Day, and thank you for watching.